You know, it's Thursday, and we wanted to have a little shout out happy hour to talk about some serious stuff. But we got to have fun because the atmosphere has just been way too heavy of lately. It's Thursday. We wanted to have a little shout out happy. And so I'm here with my homegirl, Meshelle, the indie mom of comedy. I mean, she rocks it. I just want y'all to know she is all that and a bag of chips. Let me tell you a little bit about Meshelle and why we're doing this. In case you all didn't know, 5 days from now is going to be the official election day of 2020. But I want you all to know over 75 million people across this country have already voted. Glory be. But we're here because I think we need to lighten up. I watched the news the other day and they were talking about Rona fatigue. Yes, we're all suffering with a little Rona fatigue, but don't let it get you down. That's why I said I got to call up my girl who always keeps me in stitches, because we need to make light of what's going on right now. So let me get out the way so you all can hear from Meshelle, the indie mom of comedy, who's going to tell us why we need to be pushing our people to the polls.
Yes. Hey, Dr. Helen Holton, how are you, beautiful?
I'm wonderful.
Let me tell you something. I made my way. I'm a native Baltimorean living in two cities, in Brooklyn and Baltimore. And I made my way back home to Maryland to make sure that I got my early vote in.
That's right.
On Monday, Dr. Helen, on Monday, got my early vote in. And let me just say, I was there before the sun came up. And I am beyond proud of mother and auntie and cousin, sister, and brother. It was people at the polls, ain't been at the polls since King marched. It was just a beautiful thing. It was people who remember going to the polls with Fannie Lou Hamer. It was some amazing folks there. I saw one auntie, they came in their what do you call them, the little buggies. They had the buggies.
Come on.
They had the buggies, they had the walkers. They had the walkers with the seats on them. They had some of them had a little something to drink. I don't know what was in the cup, but they put a little pep in their step. It was a beautiful thing to see all of these beautiful faces getting these souls to the polls. And let me tell you something, Helen. I made a little short 1-minute video just in real time. I wasn't trying to do much. I just did a little short video. And I had to show folks how the line was wrapped around the building in Northwest Baltimore City.
Come on.
And I was so proud of it, Helen. And I promise you, it was a minute long. That thing then got over 14,000 views. Of me just doing a 1-minute recording in my own city. And so people are excited about getting out the vote. People are excited. And I'm telling you, it was a beautiful thing. But I will say this. I was so happy we had those masks on, though, Helen. Because some folks was coughing and woofing and scratching and itching. But I wasn't mad. I was like, scratch your way to the pole. Scratch your way to the pole. It was some itching and some scratches. And I'm about to go get it. I didn't even care. And there was one auntie that, and this is what I really want us to do. Help our elders get to the poll. Have a plan, Helen. Have a plan. Like, literally, you can tell that some uncles and some nieces and some cousins took Auntie Mama to the poll because they had her wrapped up in blankets because they knew it was going to be a little chilly.
Mm-hmm.
They had, and they walked her in and they had their mask on. It was just beautiful to see people intentionally prepared to go to the polls out. It was beautiful. And then there was a couple folks that was just wrong. They was wrong. They was right, but they was wrong. They was wrong, but you know what I'm saying? They was wrong, but their intentions was pure. One auntie was in the line behind me, and somewhere in her mind, she didn't realize that all she needed was her ID.
Right, right.
For the poll monitor.
She was probably watching the news where they were talking about, oh, you better have a signature to match the one on your driver's license. But her driver's license, did it still require a signature on it?
I don't even know. I think she had a paper license. And looked like it was written in crayon. But what I'm going to tell you is, Auntie went to that car. She jumped out the line and said, I got got to get my registration card. And everybody was like, no, miss. She was like, no. I got to get my voter registration card. It's in my car. Who gonna hold my place in line? You know good and well when nobody gonna mess with Auntie's space. You know, Auntie was gonna get, and I told her, I said, Auntie, ma'am, you don't have to get your card. You got your driver's license? Yes, but I got to get my card and get back in. Who gonna hold my place in the line? It was just something to see, Helen. I promise you.
You know. And I'm gonna tell you, Meshelle, we're doing this because we laying for those that's watching every presidential stop along the way. We got to make sure they don't just watch the TV, that they go vote somewhere. Now we tell everybody to go vote early. You know, this past Saturday was vote early day. More people who are registered to vote could vote this past Saturday than any other day during early voting. And they had some knockout numbers. 20 million people voted on Saturday.
That's all right.
I'm just saying, we got, this is what I know. Now, the only reason Barack Obama got elected in 2000.
Say it, Helen, say it.
We showed up.
Say it.
We the people. Yes, they might have a 400-year head start, but we showed up and turned it out.
We showed up.
We got now.
And so I was so encouraged because not only were people in line, nobody was complaining. The lines were around the building in Northwest Baltimore. And then I started getting pics from my friends who were voting in Baltimore County, who were voting in different parts of the city, and not one complaint. Not one. In fact, folk were online bragging about this ain't bad. This ain't bad at all. I'm like, is this your first time voting? Like, they made it sound like they had never been to the poll. That's all right. This voting is all right.
I love it. Well, what I like, do you notice one of the most overwhelming topics that they keep talking about is healthcare?
Wow. Yeah.
But I always say health is the greatest wealth in our community. Because, if we ain't healthy, what we going to get done? Nothing. It made me think about this. What are the two things we're more scared of than anything? Rona and HIV.
Yes.
You don't want to talk about either one.
Don't want to talk about it. I tell you, I got to be honest with you, Helen. People tend to not talk about HIV as much as they used to, and yet it is still rampant in our communities in particular. And it just blows me away how we get selective amnesia. And we even give it cute names. We done made something that's a global pandemic. We done turned it into the Rona. Leave it to us to give it a name. When people had diabetes, they would say he got sugar.
That's
I used to think they meant that they had little packs of sugar in their pocket. That this person always, he got sugar. I'm like, how many packs of sugar he got? But the point I'm making is, to your point, Helen, these two pandemics are twins. HIV and coronavirus, COVID-19 are twins. I don't want to make light of it. I'm not going to call it the Rona. But I'm
going to tell you why they twins. They got the same mama. Her name be Stigma. Her name is Stigma. That's the mama.
I like it.
And HIV.
I like it. Stigma is their mama, but again, we'll try to make light of it. I had a friend years ago said, they got that house in Virginia. I said, I'm sorry, what? He got that house in Virginia. I said, what part of Virginia? Bro, no, the package. I said, what you talking about? That house in Virginia. Called HIV, that house in Virginia. I said, y'all gonna stop playing with me. Y'all gonna stop. I can't. We're not gonna a house. It sounded like a nice thing to have, didn't it? That house in Virginia. I said, y'all gonna stop playing with me. HIV is real. And so we've got these two pandemics, HIV and COVID-19, running rampant in our communities in particular, which is one of the main reasons why we should be out here voting, so that we can continue to have health care for all citizens, not just the ones who can afford the best deals. You know what I'm saying, Helen?
Look, because both of them, COVID and HIV, now are pre-existing conditions. If they come up with a new health care plan, they're going to be pre-existing conditions.
And I don't think they're going to get. Helen, I don't think people understand how pre-existing conditions have jammed so many folks up. And and again, for those of you all that are watching, I just want to thank NCPCO for just being so relevant. You know, this is a time where there's so much content going on, and NCPCO just saw it fit. So let's just take a highlight and just look at really the reason why we have to get in these lines and vote. We gotta vote so that we can kill stigma. We got to take away the idea that a pre-existing condition is only like heart disease or diabetes. No, there's a ton of pre-existing conditions that would leave a lot of us out of the loop for healthcare. And so I don't want that house in Virginia, and I don't want the Rona, but I do want you to get in the line and vote.
That's right. That's right. Now, I'm going to just tell you, Meshelle, you kept saying NOBCO. I'm like, who's she talking about? What organization she talking about? We NOBCO. 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 NOBCO.
What did I say, Helen?
NOBCO.
That's what I said.
I know, but don't nobody know us by NOBCO.
NOBCO. See, Helen got a nice way of correcting you without making you feel as slow as you are in that moment. And that's what I appreciate, because she got she got some letters behind her name. And I just love how she humbly will let you know, no, baby sis, it's not NOBCO.
I was trying to figure out what organization she talking about. Do I know that one?
Well, then, Helen, go ahead and further deconstruct it, Madam Doctor. NOBCO stands for what, Helen?
National Organization of Black County Officials. We strong and we bad. We some bad.
All right.
Yeah.
That's all right. That's all right. So I will have to say this. I want to thank NOBCO for just being so relevant and for having the presence of mind to just bring some more attention around the fact that people are out here voting, but we still need you. We still got 5 days. We 5 days away, Helen. 5.
I know it.
And I'm gonna need y'all to take these 5 days and ball that fist up and make your way to the poll. And if you see anything look like it's trying to suppress your vote, you know, when I was in line, Helen, there were people who were coming up in the line and they were saying stuff like, over at such and such, only 2 machines working. And over here, see, what we also don't understand is voter suppression is still very real. It's not like it used to be. It's not as overt, but voter suppression still exists. So if you find yourself in line and all of a sudden they only got one poll, one machine working, I'm telling you, understand that is voter suppression. When they tried to come and lift all your mailboxes up out of your community, you know, we got that new that was systemic voter suppression.
That's
I
right.
want you to pay attention. That's how serious this is. That there are systems in place to keep you, auntie, sugar mama, big mama, man, telling them from going to the polls.
Well, you know, that's why, like I say, the devil is a liar. We're gonna march our butts to the poll and vote. But see,
that's right.
And look, I took some pictures when I dropped my little ballot in the box.
Okay.
Look, the picture's still in my phone. I gotta get them out somewhere. Yeah, I'm gonna get them out tomorrow. That's what I'm doing. Get them out tomorrow. They won't know when I dropped the ballot. But I did go online because I said, my brother called me up and said, well, did they accept your ballot? I said, heck, I don't know. I put it in the box. They probably ain't gonna empty the box till election day.
Well, you know, Helen, it's in the box.
Online. Oh, my vote's already collected and accepted and counted.
All right.
I said, right. So if y'all got those mail-in ballots, go. Don't put them in the USPS box. Take it to the official election box. But you got to make sure you read that box clearly. Because did you see? I think in Utah somewhere they got somebody collecting ballots in a store. Talking about, you can do your ballot here. Don't do it.
Don't fall for that. Listen, guys. Again, that is voter suppression. That is it. You know, it might not look like what we used to. But those things are all evidence that voter suppression. And it's amazing to me that there would be people who would believe that they could drop their vote off at the corner store. You know, like I said, I live in Brooklyn and I stay in Brooklyn as well. And you can't drop your mail-in ballot at the bodega. You got to take it to a straight up and down official mail box for your ballot, a ballot box. But I will say this, Helen, I am so proud of how we as a community has seen the urgency of this particular election. This election is like no other election. Matter of fact, this is the first election where our candidates, and stay with me because this is nonpartisan. I know NOBCO is nonpartisan.
Right.
This is the first election. Think about this, y'all. This is how serious this election is. When we watched our last presidential debate, they had to have a mute button.
I know.
We ain't never had no mute button during no presidential debate. If that don't tell you something, people, come on in here. Y'all gonna stop playing with me. And when the last time you seen a debate for president of the United States and they had to have a mute button?
Honey, I haven't. I've never.
It's never happened. It's never happened.
Never.
So,
Never.
Dr. Helen, what I'm saying to you is this. Anytime we have to go to such lengths to be certain that things stay civil, engaged, and on topic and on purpose, is letting you know this election is like no other election. You have to vote as if your life depends on it, because guess what? They're trying to mute your button. I think I said something.
That's right.
I think I said something. They're trying to mute your button.
Yeah, you did, girl. You know you did. Look, don't be putting the lights out. Don't be putting the lights out now. You know, we got to make this happen. So our focus is really on women.
Okay.
I guess because I'm the ED and I'm a woman. Even though I got a bunch of men on the board, that's all good. But let's just look at the role of women in our community. We the glue. We keep everybody connected and together. The challenge is, if we're not healthy, how are we going to keep everybody else healthy? You know, it's a little sugar, you know, maybe we had some antibodies. You know, that's the code word now. I ain't had COVID. I had the antibodies.
That's just like, you know what? That's just like I didn't steal all the tithes. I just took a little bit of the tithes. There's a scripture that says a little leaven will mess up the whole lump. So what I'm saying is, you know, here's where I am with that. Women have always, and I'm going to be very, very intentional. Women have always been on the front line. Fearless. Yeah. Women are the first teachers. Every politician, preacher, prophet, lawyer, all of them came through a woman first. I think I said something else on that one.
Yeah, girl.
That one that's been on this side of heaven had to come through a woman to get here. You understand me? Yeah, so while they're still trying to figure out how to clone us, the only way for you to get here on this experience is to come through a woman. So if you don't understand that you are so powerful, that you bring life and you're on the front line, you're the first teacher. Who taught the boy how to say his ABCs when he first came up? That was their mother. The mother did. No disrespect to fathers, but women have always carried the vote. And I'll tell you something. Black women have always outvoted.
Come on. Yeah.
It's what it is. We have so much ballot power. So please, I hope that you exercise your power. You got 5 days. I ain't going to stop saying it, Helen.
That's right. We got to keep saying it. If we don't say it, who gonna say it?
I don't know. I really don't know. But I'll tell you this. I do wish I voted this year also for my grandmother. My grandmother, Mary Alice. Mary Alice Foreman was her married name to my grandfather. Okay. And my grandmother made her transition last August. She would have been 90 this year. And I remember how excited she was when she got the opportunity to vote in 2012. In 20, what was our first election with President Obama and Biden? When she voted in the first election, she could not believe. That was 2008, correct, Helen?
Okay.
She was so excited about being able to vote for a Black man. Yeah. And I would submit to every woman, don't miss your opportunity to say that you were able to vote for the first Black woman to be vice president of these United States. Because as we vote for Biden, we also vote for Kamala. Don't be afraid to vote if that's your thing. If you want to vote for an historic moment, don't be afraid to do that. If you want to vote to show that you just wanted to exercise your right, you're a Republican, and you wanted to exercise your right, you wanted to be able to say, I voted during this very historical election, go to the polls, Republicans, and vote. Independents, go vote. Everybody just go vote. But Monday, I voted for my grandmother and my godbrother who made his untimely transition at 39 years old 3 days ago from cancer. I voted for him.
I love it.
If you can't vote for yourself, go vote for somebody else. Who cares?
I can't vote for myself. I ain't in office no more. Woo, praise Jesus. But I surely did go vote. And here's the thing, Meshelle. People got to vote not just for president and vice president. They got to go down ballot. Down ballot.
Down the ballot.
All the way down to the local level. So
can we be honest about that, Helen? Can we just be just a little bit honest about voting down the ballot?
Yep.
I'll be the first one to tell you that it hit me one day when I was, because I vote every cycle. Every cycle that we get a chance to vote, I'm at the poll. And I was disappointed in myself, Helen.
Wow.
There was some names on the ballot. I didn't know who these people were. I didn't know. I know it's some of y'all going in there. Y'all don't know who Judge so-and-so is. You don't know who deputy that is. You don't know what ordinance number 57777897899. You don't know what none of that is. This is a lesson in civic engagement, folks. Yeah. This is an opportunity where you will go and you will research who is on the ballot down the line in your state, in your city. Who is on the ballot? Now, usually when it ain't nobody running against the other person, like, I'm just going to pick the only one. But in those slots when you get to pick 5, like the last 5, Helen, come on, let's tell the truth. You get 5 options. You like, eeny, meeny, and miny, and mo. Or if you like me, and I'm going to be honest, you look for the one that has the most ethnic sounding name you can find. Don't nobody want to tell the truth on this Thursday night. But before I was an informed voter, I look for the female, the one that had an ethnic name, and the one that sounded like somebody I knew. If it was any Maurice or Tyrone, I'm voting for one of them. I don't know about y'all, but whoever sounded like they might have showed up at my grandmother's house in Park Heights, I voted for them. The point I'm making is we want to be informed voters. Yes. We want to know who's the ballot in our city and in our state, not just in the presidential election, but we want to understand the impact of voting for the right judge, voting yes or no in the right ordinance, voting yes or no for some systemic change in our local municipality.
Bond bills.
Want to know that stuff, Helen.
Gotta get the money. Vote those bond bills.
Exactly. And see, you gotta deconstruct bond, because you got folks thinking you talking about bail bond. We ain't talking about get you out of jail free, although it might get you out of jail free. What we're suggesting is what I do love about our ballots, and I've not voted in another state, and even when I lived in Philadelphia, I still always voted in Maryland. I love the way that on our ballots, it's all written out in summation. When there is an ordinance or a bond that you can vote for, they give you a summary. Please read that. I don't care how long it takes. Stand there right in that box and read that thing and ask yourself, does this make sense, before you check yes or no? Is that making sense, Helen?
It does. It makes a whole lot of sense. That's why, now I don't know what other states do. I'm so glad in Maryland we get specimen ballots. Girl, I was reading that thing and then I had to get
Helen, I'm gonna need you to deconstruct specimen, because you know we got
a sample ballot. What it's gonna look like when you get in that little space they give you, to cast your vote. Look at that sample ballot. When it comes in the mail, of course, everybody might not be getting them in the mail. It's some people still waiting to get their mail-in ballot.
Listen, Helen, and I'm telling you right now, here's what I know for sure. If you have not received your ballot, wrap yourself up, get yourself a plan, and make your way to the poll.
But what's interesting that I've been seeing lately? You got a lot of people that are on election day or even early voting. They're going out there with water and snacks for people in the line. Several organizations I know, the Deltas.
My sorors are out there. I'll tell you, I've been doing some creative strategy work with the National Coalition on Black Civic Participation and the Black Women.
National partners.
And let me tell you, I know you guys are partners, and all over the 12 states where they represent, they've got all kinds of get out the vote initiatives. They've got DJs. They're giving away free food, water. They're having a collapsible chairs for elders. They are not playing in Georgia and Florida and Louisiana and Virginia. All these partners are like, listen, They wrapping up snacks, Helen, whatever it takes to get you to stay in that line. We're doing it.
That's right. We have to.
And I want to thank Melanie Campbell for her leadership over there at the National Coalition on Black Civil Participation and all the unity partners for all that they're doing.
That's our soror. You know how to put that.
This is our soror. Absolutely.
But honey, I love all the Divine Nine. You know, and that's why we're out here pushing this thing, because it matters. It matters, nothing else. I want to see us turn out even greater than when Barack Obama was running for president, because that's how serious this thing is. And I'm going to say something to young people. If you are 26 years old or younger, I know you might think you're grown, but right now, because of the Affordable Care Act, Obamacare, you can be on your parents' insurance. But I promise you this, that's if we keep the Affordable Care Act.
Right.
And in the pandemic, everybody needs some health insurance.
I tell you, Helen, it's been an amazing thing to watch as I've been working alongside the National Coalition on Black Civic Participation, watching Black Youth Vote, which is an arm of the coalition, seeing all the effort that's going out for Black youth who are voter age at age to vote. All of the activation that's been going on. We are not playing. They just finished having an entire week of events for Black Youth Vote. People are so serious on the HBCU level, partners all over the country. We want you guys at the poll. And listen, I even love that sorors are doing strolls to the polls. Come on, they strolling to the polls. They got the Sisters of the Divine Night. They strolling to the polls. And you know it's going to be a beautiful thing when you see some beautiful women coming through from the Divine Nine strolling to the polls, honey. You will get that voted.
Yeah. They talk about it's a sisterhood and we all in this thing together.
Yes,
it's a brotherhood. You know, it's about us. And it really is. Because if we don't show out and turn out in this election, I don't want anybody to say, look, now I can't even say what I think might happen, but I tell you one thing, if we wake up on, because we ain't gonna know who the president is till Thanksgiving. I think
you know what, Helen, you petty LaBelle right now. If only you did. If only you knew. Listen, I'm believing for victory the next day. Listen, I hear you though, because I know they've already got the lawsuits in place. They've already got their people on board to start disputing things even before it goes down. But I'm believing you, Petty LaBelle, you being Petty White. I'm going to believe that we will have a president before Thanksgiving. Because you know they ain't giving nothing to the Indians but syphilis. That's a whole nother thing. Anyway.
Look, that health thing, I'm telling you. You better get rid of
the point is
health care.
We do need to make sure that we vote for health. If you gotta vote issue oriented.
That's right.
You want your health care to stay in place, right? You want to have the opportunity to still get health care if you got a pre-existing condition.
That's
and
right.
These things are all on the ballot. These things, and you want to
we got to get rid of that tax reform plan. Who had look?
You gotta vote for justice.
I know had to pay some taxes this year, and most of the people I know pay more taxes than the president.
Well, you see. I can't say nothing about that because we bipartisan. But I will say this:
wait,
you guys want.
I had to pay more taxes than the president. That don't make no sense. He make a whole lot more money than me.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's
unfortunate. It's really unfortunate, Helen. And these are the things that should incite the latent voter, the ones who haven't voted, who say my vote don't count.
That's right.
Your vote counts.
Yes.
Absolutely. Because if you want to make sure that you're getting some health care, if you want to make sure that there's going to be some justice, I'm telling you, justice is on the ballot. You know, all of this evil and unrest, this social justice pandemic, and we got Corona and we got HIV. We don't have the opportunity to sit back and not vote. You can't not vote.
I'm going to tell you like this. We need to demonstrate how much Black lives matter by turning out to vote. Then they will know.
Yeah.
We the for real deal.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Well, I'm telling you, I feel something good in my spirit, Helen. I feel like something amazing is going to happen this election. I'm seeing it already. When, like I said, the energy that was at the polls, early voting in my home state of Maryland and Baltimore, it was magnetic. And I'm telling you, everybody and their mother, lottie dottie, everybody was at the polls, and it's been like that ever since they opened up. So let's keep rocking. Let's get it going, Helen. I know we run out of time.
Hey, I know. I just want to thank you, Meshelle, for showing up and helping us just help push our people to the polls, because we need to go there, make it count as if our life depended on it.
That's
because
right.
it does.
It does.
And I'm going to give you the last word, Meshelle.
I want to thank NOBCO. Did I say it right, Helen?
You did.
I want to thank NOBCO for just being on the precipice of relevancy as it relates to getting practical about this thing, getting it to the people, pushing these souls to the polls. I am so blessed to have been a part of this. I'm so grateful that you guys saw fit to have me on. I know I make a lot of people nervous because they don't know what I'm going to say, but my intentions are pure. If you read the Bible, just know I'm one of the 12. I'm just Peter. And go do the research. He wasn't nothing nice. He kept a knife and he did some other things, but he was one of the 12. So I want to thank y'all for letting me, one of the 12, come on here. And I really am excited. Let's get out to vote. Let's vote like our life depends on it. Thank you so much, Dr. Helen Holton, for all that you guys are doing at NOBCO. I want to thank Sean Mason for making this so fluid. You are amazing. I can't do anything without you. And so we want to see you guys at the polls every day. And I want you there November 3rd.
Thank you. Thank you. From NOBCO, from our house to your house, get out and vote. Get out and vote. This is the most important election of our lifetime, and we've got to make it happen. Thank you. Love you, darling.
Love you more, sis. Thank you, Soror.
Thank you.